So here it is, guys, the final set of conversational quotes inside the Aether storyline, I guess forever. These are just the last of them, and of course, these are going to be the conversational quotes between Victis inside Toten, and I actually got these a lot faster than I did Alpha Omega, mainly because there's only like 132 individual conversational quotes inside this map compared to Alpha Omega having double the characters, meaning that we had 616 individual conversational quotes. So, there's a reason why it's been so much easier. But regardless, I'm not going to spoil anything here, but I do want to mention this real quick because there is a ton of storyline information inside Toten, whether it be gramophones, radios, wisps, or campfire quotes. It doesn't really matter. I have them all on my channel, or they're going to be on my channel very, very soon. It's just taking me a while to put everything together. And if you guys just want to see what everything I have up already, I already have a playlist that will be on screen now in a card, and you guys can click on that. There'll be all of the storyline information for Aether inside Black Ops 4, and just check the newest ones, and those ones will be the newest Toten storyline stuff. So, that's all really I'm going to say because I've been talking for too long already. But if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, definitely do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that great stuff. But I'm going to be quiet already, and I'll let you guys enjoy the quotes.
Oh, wow, it's a bit nippy, Richtofen. Couldn't you have given us the heads up so we could dress a bit more appropriately?
Stop complaining, Sammy. Surely your time as a cryopod toughened you up.
You said we were here to construct something called an Agarthan device. Care to furnish us with any further details, Samuel?
I know everyone's memories get a little bit hazy, so let's recap. We are here to construct something called the Agarthan device.
Stu, I literally just said that. What I was asking for was some actual specifics, details.
We're not just out to help Richtofen, okay? We're helping out all his pals, too. Oh, and the universe.
I sincerely hope that your friend provides more regular and detailed updates than he has done in the past. We went on quite the journey procuring his book. At this point, I'm just going to assume that all of us are completely on board with interdimensional time travel by this point.
Are you trying to sound patronizing, Marlton? I was warning everyone about the dangers of a multiverse before you were even a tadpole in your daddy's eye!
Okay, okay. No need to get testy. I think we all learned some valuable lessons about teamwork on our last, adventure.
Fair enough, Brainbox. I didn't mean to snap at you. I'm just a little on edge because of, things.
Facts are facts. We are at the mercy of forces we cannot control. So far, Stuhlinger's friend has at least kept us alive. I suggest we attempt to construct this Agarthan device as he has requested.
I'm sure Richtofen will be in touch as soon as he's able. I mean, he's already told us he's seen every version of reality when he read the book. The book, the Clownonium. So, Brainbox, still all sweet under the collar for little Miss Bossy Boots?
I'm going to assume you're talking about Misty. Although in all reality, I view Russman as an equally valuable member of the team.
Oh, so sweet on Russman, are you? Yeah, I'm just joking around, Marley boy. Takes all sorts to make a world, and you gotta go after love wherever you may find it.
We may be at cross purposes, Samuel, but I do not in any way disagree with anything you have said.
See? It's like I've always said. There's us, and there's them. There's the powers that be, Broken Arrow, the entirety of the United States government, the whole dang cabal!
Stu, I really think you need to calm down. Can I ask you a simple question? When did you last see another actual living human being?
Whoa, hold on! I've never really thought about it too much before, but, is the world actually gone? Like, really gone?
I'll tell you this, Stuhlinger. For a conspiracy theorist, you sure have missed the obvious. It's all gone, Stuhlinger. Everything we ever had. Everything we ever loved.
No, that's not true! Richtofen's gonna make everything right! You'll see! Oh, wow, it's a bit nippy, Richtofen. Couldn't you have given us the heads up so we could dress a bit more appropriately?
Stop complaining, Sammy. Surely your time as a cryopod toughened you up.
Well, I, for one, am glad not to be wearing my old gear. I'd be a misty-shaped popsicle by now. You ever had ice in your belly button?
I know everyone's memories get a little bit hazy, so let's recap. We are here to construct something called the Agarthan device.
So it's another game of go fetch for your best bud, the German? You know, how do we know he won't just throw us right back on ice as soon as he gets whatever it is he wants this time?
We're not just out to help Richthofen, okay? We're helping out all his pals, too. Oh, and the universe.
So why here? What is here in this frozen hellscape that means so much to the universe? You know the phrase, out of the frying pan, into the fire? Kinda did something similar here. Nice work, Stuhly.
You have to try to look at the bigger picture, Misty. I'm sure we'll get this little job done and be on our way in no time. You can put money on it.
Hey, I know we're supposed to be looking for some gizmo, but unless we hear from Stuhlinger's pals, we're kind of flying blind. In the dark, without wings.
How do you think I feel, Misty? Having a voice yelling in your head when you least expect it is, I don't know, more than a little startling.
Well, let's familiarize ourselves with the area. Reckon that nearby lighthouse might be a good place to start.
Richthofen! Richthofen! Can you hear me, bud? Buddy? Pal?
Hey, Stuhlinger. You sure you can trust this Richthofen guy? I mean, why? How? What? Seriously, what is it that makes you think he's looking out for us?
That's a really good question, Misty. I mean, all he's ever done is save our lives!
Wow, if you think getting run around and tossed in an icebox counts as saving our lives, then you're even stupider than I thought.
Oh, Misty. I know what you're talking about. In some ways, it felt like I was asleep for years, but in others, it felt like I just blinked. Look, I don't know how to explain it, but I just like Richthofen. He's a good guy with a good brain, and most of all, a good heart.
Really? You must have some pretty low standards, Stu. Well, either that or you're just desperate for attention. What about his buddy? The Russian. He seems to be the one in charge now.
From what I can understand, Nikolai read the Chronorium and got a whole different story to the one Richthofen saw.
Hang on a second. Didn't you read the book? I remember you saying it had lots of pretty pictures.
To be honest, what I saw scared the pants off me. I slammed that book shut so fast you would have thought I was a ninja. Oh, wow, it's a bit nippy, Richthofen. Couldn't you have given us the heads up so we could dress a bit more appropriately?
Stop complaining, Sammy. Surely your time as a cryopod toughened you up.
Russman's just glad to be moving out and about in the world again. Being cooped up in that freezer sure played havoc with the old joints.
I know everyone's memories get a little bit hazy, so let's recap. We are here to construct something called the Agarthan device.
This Agarthan device. Do we know what it does? What it's used for? More importantly, do we know what your German pal wants with it?
We're not just out to help Richthofen, okay? We're helping out all his pals, too. Oh, and the universe.
Sounds like a noble cause, and an ambitious one at that. Good thing Rustman is ready for anything. What we doing again? Okay, listen up, people. Given my senior ranking, Rustman's gonna step up to the plate and assume command of this mission. We all know why we're here, right?
Wow! You sound really assertive, Russman. Like, really commanding and sure of yourself. And here I was thinking your brain was almost mush.
Rustman's probably forgotten more weird shit from Broken Arrow than he can remember. But he knows for sure they was messing with that darn element. Maybe all this business got something to do with this device.
Yeah, I'm not so sure, Russ. If the element was part of the device, I'm sure Richthofen would have told us. Yeah, after all, we had a big chunk of it right in our hands not so long ago.
Oh, Rustman's toes are colder than a polar bear's pecker. Why are we here again? I think I forgot.
Don't worry, Rustman. I'm sure my German pal will guide us along our way. Hello? Richtofen? Hello? He's probably just very busy right now. Hey, Russ. Hey, I know you're the kind of guy who appreciates food, right? So I was wondering, do you have anything going spare? Some chips, peanuts, I don't know, a ham?
How on earth can a guy your size be starving, Stu? What do you normally even eat for grub? Rustman can't recall ever seeing you dig into a nice cold can of expired beans like the rest of us.
What are you talking about, Rustman? How dare you accuse me of consuming the most unclean meat of all?
Whoa, Stu! Everyone's got their own favorite fast food chain. Ain't no reason to get your panties in a bunch.
Oh, hang on. Wow, I misunderstood. I thought you were accusing me of being one of those fools who, who actually consume the flesh.
You talking about them crazy cultists that eat Z meat? I swear, if I ever met one of them face to face, I'd probably plug them between the eyes, just to put them out of their misery.
Anywho, enough of all this silly food talk. All right, how you doing, Rustman, old buddy? Huh? Remembered any good movies lately?
I'll tell you something, Stu. Rustman thinks we, and maybe the whole planet, are running out of road real fast.
Oh, come on, Rustman. It's not all that bad. Honestly, think about all the fun times we've had. That'll soon cheer you up.
Even if Rustman could think of the fun times, he'd only be reminded that they ain't ever coming back.
At this point, I'm just going to assume that all of us are completely on board with interdimensional time travel by this point.
Are you seriously asking that, Marlton? After all the crazy, crazy things we've had to deal with since the world went to... Yes, we're on board.
Okay, okay. No need to get testy. I think we all learned some valuable lessons about teamwork on our last, adventure.
Well said, Captain Obvious. Look, we may not know exactly what we're dealing with, but our best chance of making it is always going to be by sticking together.
Facts are facts. We are at the mercy of forces we cannot control. So far, Stuhlinger's friend has at least kept us alive. I suggest we attempt to construct this Garthan device as he has requested.
Oh, let's do it. Until we get more in the way of leads, we just need to start exploring the area. Usual drill. You know the phrase, out of the frying pan, into the fire? Kinda did something similar here. Nice work, Stuhly.
There does seem to be a pattern to our lives, Misty. Things of great import or value are all too often placed in unfathomably hard-to-reach places.
Hey, I know we're supposed to be looking for some gizmo, but unless we hear from Stuhlinger's pals, we're kind of flying blind. In the dark, without wings.
I, for one, do not want to repeat the mistakes of the past. Things got very hairy indeed when we were looking for Richtofen's last must-have item.
Oh, let's familiarize ourselves with the area. Reckon that nearby lighthouse might be a good place to start.
Agreed, Misty. In the absence of a more fully formed plan, we should indeed seek adequate shelter before our blood and soft tissue is frozen solid. Literally.
All right, once we get all the parts, you reckon you'll be able to figure out this device thingy we're supposed to build?
Well, assuming that Richtofen's cohort can indeed provide me with at least a modicum of guidance, I am as confident as one can possibly be in these trousers.
Yeah, but what happens after this, Marlton? I mean, we hear all this talk about saving the universe. What does that actually mean?
It would be wrong to assume, but I would at least hope for a return to a normal, stable, functioning society with no zombies.
I see, that's the funny thing, Marlton. We hardly ever talk about who we were before all this. Or what we want.
To be both frank and truthful, Misty, I'm not sure I even remember those things. Were we like this before we went into the cryopods? Listen to me, Misty. Do you feel like your thoughts are clear? Or do you feel more like a blank canvas, a shell, a husk, a ghost? Tell me something about yourself. Anything.
Would that make me any more real, Marlton, if I listed off a bunch of facts about things I did before you even knew me? Can't you just take me as I am? Judge me by what I do, not what I did.
I'm just scared, Misty. I like understanding things, and these days I don't understand almost anything. Are we really going to be okay? How can we be sure?
Hey, we're gonna be okay. Believe me. I'll look out for you, Marlton. You can trust me. I know what I'm doing. My dad was a Marine.
At this point, I'm just going to assume that all of us are completely on board with interdimensional time travel by this point.
I've been around a lot longer than you, boy. Back at Broken Arrow, we wrote the book on interdimensional time travel. It wasn't a very good book, too many inaccuracies, but we still wrote it.
Okay, okay. No need to get testy. I think we all learned some valuable lessons about teamwork on our last, adventure.
Adventure? Rustman ain't on no adventure. Rustman's trying to stay alive. Damn, how can a boy with as many fancy words as you pick such a bad one to describe the shit we've been dealing with?
Facts are facts. We are at the mercy of forces we cannot control. So far, Stuhlinger's friend has at least kept us alive. I suggest we attempt to construct this Agarthan device as he has requested.
Rustman can't argue with that logic, especially in the absence of other ideas. One question. What in a broke-ass world actually is an organothecan device? Okay, listen up, people. Given my senior ranking, Rustman's gonna step up to the plate and assume command of this mission. We all know why we're here, right?
Well, I would be lying if I claimed to have a complete and thorough understanding about what lies ahead. But in terms of general goals, yes.
Rustman's probably forgotten more weird shit from Broken Arrow than he can remember. But he knows for sure they was messing with that darn element. Maybe all this business got something to do with this device.
I concur, Russman. In fact, I would say that it's a near certainty. And by near, I obviously mean a likelihood in at least the mid-90th percentile.
Oh, Rustman's toes are colder than a polar bear's pecker. Why are we here again? I think I forgot.
We have to construct something called the Agarthan device. Apparently it's kind of a big deal for the future of the universe. Do you ever feel guilty, Russ? You worked for Broken Arrow. They were into some strange things. Things that may have contributed to Earth's current instability.
Current instability? We've been bouncing around the world so fast for so long, Rustman ain't had time or place to get his darn head on straight.
Well, let me help you get your head straight. As they sought to exploit hitherto unknown elements, Broken Arrow conducted a series of illegal and highly immoral experiments upon human test subjects.
I know Rustman's brain may be a little frazzled around the edges, but don't you ever dare question my character, my morality. With regards to Broken Arrow, Rustman walked out of that cursed place and he ain't never looked back. Unless someone or something makes him.
Oh, how convenient. You deny all responsibility for the social chaos and destruction wrought by an organization you, yourself, profited directly from? You, Russman, are one of the bad guys.
Rustman's seen this before. It's the element, the crazy stuff, whatever you want to call it. It's what makes us mad. Makes us point on each other.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Russman? You literally and figuratively make no sense.
Calm down, Marlton. We gonna be okay. Listen to Rustman. He knows what he's talking about. And even if he don't, he'll say it with a whole lot more truth than anyone else.
Okay, Russman, that makes sense.
You know the phrase, out of the frying pan, into the fire? Kinda did something similar here. Nice work, Stuhly.
Best start getting the lay of the land. Rustman likes to have all his exits covered, if you get my meaning.
Hey, I know we're supposed to be looking for some gizmo, but unless we hear from Stuhlinger's pals, we're kind of flying blind. In the dark. without wings.
Ain't nothing sadder than a fellow who don't know his true purpose. Fortunately, Rustman's gotten used to going with the flow.
Well, let's familiarize ourselves with the area. Reckon that nearby lighthouse might be a good place to start.
You sure, Misty? Lighthouses are usually where they are, to warn folks to stay well away. Okay, listen up, people. Given my senior ranking, Rustman's gonna step up to the plate and assume command of this mission. We all know why we're here, right?
Sure, we're here to assemble some doohickey for Stupiger's crazy pals.
Rustman's probably forgotten more weird shit from Broken Arrow than he can remember. But he knows for sure they was messing with that darn element. Maybe all this business got something to do with this device.
Smart thinking, Russ. We need to assess this new environment. No doubt it's full of the stuff. Or at least some of the terrible things it's made.
Oh, Rustman's toes are colder than a polar bear's pecker. Why are we here again? I think I forgot.
Oh, don't worry, Russ. It'll all come back to you. Unless it doesn't. Russ! Man! Come here a minute. Need to ask you a few questions.
Did you say something, little Misty? If you did, you may want to try speaking up a bit. There's a lot of background noise around here, if you get my meaning.
Well, you worked for Broken Arrow, Russman. So sooner or later, that experience has to come in handy. Maybe even save our lives.
Hey, Misty, I don't know if you realize this, but I work for Broken Arrow. Sooner or later, that experience could even save our lives. You know something, Misty? Rustman just realized that we don't really know squat about each other, despite the fact that we've been fighting together for a long-ass time.
Don't take this badly, but apart from a vague memory of working for Broken Arrow, Russman don't really know squat about himself either. Let me ask you this, Russman. Do you even have a family? Wife? Cute little kids?
Rustman remembers some little ones. They had such big beaming smiles. They laughed all the time. Right up until when they didn't. About you, Misty? Who'd you lose? What was your life like before it was overtaken by death?
Well, same as yours, Russ. I had folks that I loved. Now I try not to think about them, because it just reminds me that, they're gone forever.